The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync!
Hello everybody and welcome to the TTV Podcast, episode 154.
Oh my god, Viper! Come on! I thought Vin isn't here! We could have gotten through it!
Come on!
Viper.
Of all the times! The worst possible time you could have done it!
Why?
I know, that's why.
Hey everybody, welcome to the TTV Podcast.
Yeah, we got a fun episode for you today. How's it going, everybody?
Mardi Gras. Oh, come on. It's okay now, you said the number.
No, it's not.
Buy our Mardi Gras t-shirts at TTVpodcast.com.
Yeah, there is a Mardi Gras t-shirt. Go get that.
Plugging.
Especially since the shirts are fine. Well, the shirts for this month's orders have shipped.
Yeah, dude, I'm hoping if you're one of those fans that got a shirt, you should totally tweet at us.
Please take a picture, selfie, anything. Tweet at us. Show us.
That would be so great to see.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be
So
really cool.
let's take a selfie.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Now you ruined it. Oh, come on.
That was like the best American accent I've heard you do so far.
She's done some pretty good American accents.
You do a pretty good American accent when you do it.
Thank you, I appreciate it very much. Too bad I couldn't be as good with other voice acting.
You can do dumb and fat.
Well, hey, you know, it's just what happens.
That should have just been my voice for all the characters, just the American voice.
Yeah.
One day we should do a TTV episode where we switch characters. And
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, Viper should be like this American should have an American accent the entire episode, and something else should fake a British accent.
The entire episode? That's insanity.
I can be
Everyone's
Vin.
trying to be
It'll
British.
be our April
and
Fool's episode where like we all are different people, and we just go with it. There's no like explanation. We
That
just say,
sounds awful. Like, what if that's the first podcast people listen to? Like, that's the very first introduction.
We'll mark it to April Fool's podcast.
I'll be Vin.
Great.
Because Vin a Mac.
Yeah, the poor soul who has to play his ex. So hi guys, I'm just like Norwegian and
No.
accents
Here's what we
like
do.
this.
Var should be X. I can be Vin. Viper, you should just be American Viper.
No, I'll play someone. Don't
No,
cut
Viper,
me out
you'll
of the
be
fun,
me.
man.
And have,
Just
like,
because
put on
I'm
a thick,
female.
like put a thick Asian
Oh, she threw the sexist
You
card.
got cold.
Yeah, I threw it
You got
straight in your
cold.
face.
Oh.
Yeah, what now, Taylor Swift? Oh,
What
wait.
now? What now?
wait,
We'll
what?
introduce ourselves.
Popular culture.
Pop culture references. Yeah.
Pop
I'm
culture
messing up.
references.
I'm Verderan.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm Chikumanuva.
And this is TTV 154.
Before we get too far into this episode, I'd like to remind everyone that if you are watching on YouTube, you are a week behind. Please check us out on vessel.com/the TTV channel to watch episode 140. What episode was this again?
155.
155 right now. It's up and ready to watch. Go check that
us
out.
out,
You don't need, once again, it's completely free. You don't need a credit card to sign up for Vessel. If you get like a credit card option that asks for it, just click skip now. If you want to support us, please do that. That'd be very, very helpful for us and help support the show and keep us making podcasts just like this one. But if not, just use Vessel. It's cool. It helps us out either way.
If you support us, you get to hear the after show. Thumbs up.
Yeah, that is true. We
Yay.
finally started uploading the TTV Podcast after show, which is basically just us talking after we finish the podcast.
Right.
So if you're interested
Yeah.
in that, it's okay. I mean, we kind of just talk. It's normal conversation.
That's a great way to sell your
casual.
product. Var, if you're interested in it,
It's
kind of
okay.
Interested in Messo's
It's a much
outline
more
for the Bionicle books.
casual look.
No, yeah, I mean, like it's very casual. It's just us
more laid
conversing.
back.
Yeah, it's not. We're not putting on a show at that point. We're just talking.
We
so.
try to forget
Yeah, we're
that we're
acting
in,
so normally that we even forget it's recording.
Yeah, I keep
I know.
forgetting it. We're
You know,
recording.
there's a great part in the one we just released, the after show for like 149, I think, where Takuma's hosting a call and he's like, "Well, I gotta go, guys." And we're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
cool." Into the
Call
call,
ends.
and
yeah.
everyone's silent, so you can hear everyone's like, "Do so silent." And then everybody's talking at the same time.
I wish I said something then, like, God, I hate you guys so much.
I think
God, this
it was
TTV
great.
lot, I hate their guts. Why am I doing this?
I think I dropped an S-bomb too in that. I'm not
I think
sure.
you did. Like,
I think you might
I
have.
listened to
I
it.
listened to it. I couldn't.
I couldn't tell. I think
Yeah.
I just stopped saying, like, I was gonna say something with an S in it, and then I just
I
stopped.
think that was just the last episode. I don't think that was the after show.
No, that was the
Because Meso got
after
you
show.
so worked up.
Oh no! I dropped. What word was it? I did drop a bomb in that last episode, but I couldn't tell if I dropped a bomb in the after show too or not. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but
honestly,
it
why
sounds
would
like
you
I
drop
did.
You mean, you know,
Bombs are
sometimes
bombs are
it's
destructive.
the after show. If people, people are getting a
Yeah,
little...
no. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't
Yeah.
really care in the after show, so it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna curse if you.
Right, people
wanna-
don't care like us enough to pay us money anyways, so hey.
It's like, yeah, at that point, it's cool. You guys don't need us to have a filter on. You can do. If
yeah,
you
so
wanna listen
hey,
to it,
maybe we can tell your story, Val.
No.
We will not tell that story
Let's
on the
not do
after
that.
show.
So guys, I
is
was
too
number
loose
3
of a
today
filter.
because LJ's not here.
How does it feel?
That's
How does it feel to be
refreshing.
number 3?
Oh, it's so great. I feel like I don't want to have a social life, and I just want to do irrigation all day. And maybe,
Irrigation and brutally murder innocent gophers or not so innocent gophers.
yeah, right,
And
and
talk
put
about it
food
afterwards.
into
Did
boxes.
LJ ever tell the story where he beat a gopher to death
Yeah,
with
I'm
like
pretty
a
sure I told
shovel?
that on there.
Yeah, he
I'm
did,
pretty sure.
was
and it made me
ridiculous.
sad.
I can't kill anything. I don't know how he does it.
Me neither.
Bugs. I can kill bugs
I had
all day
to.
long.
Okay, bugs are one thing. Bugs are stupid. Bugs, I don't know why they even exist to begin with.
They're
So you
lights
can't kill
flicker.
something.
I can kill fish all
That's
day
how
long.
you do it, Var. You think, I don't know how this could exist to begin with, and then you kill it. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
see, that's. But I can't even kill bugs.
That
It's
sound,
like,
those sounds
it's-
like that sounds like the words of Hitler. Kahi.
Like,
Well, hey,
Yeah.
you said it, not me.
No,
We're
the
both
only
not
animal
white, by the
or
way,
bug I
so-
can kill is a mosquito
That's ironic.
and not feel remorse over it. 'cause it's after it's
a mossy mosquito.
a mosquito.
Mosquito.
No, because
Mosquito.
their plain existence is just out there to get you. And most
true.
creatures, they just want to live in your house. They're just like, I have nowhere to go, man. It's raining. I have nowhere
Dude.
to go.
Okay,
Please,
Trivia
can
fact.
I just stay out in your corner, please?
I've got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Have cockroaches always been able to fly?
I
there's
don't know.
maidens
I don't
Yes,
have.
and they
they have
fly. They look
always
like a
been
bit
able
like
to fly.
cockroaches.
And I know
I've
this.
never
had to
seen
deal
a
with
cockroach
roaches.
fly before.
I know this because
never
I don't
seen a
know.
cockroach at all.
I honestly don't remember. I don't. There's not a lot of cockroaches. I live in America, but when I went to Malaysia, my home country, quote unquote, is my parents are from. They have the biggest and scariest cockroaches you have ever seen. Like it is,
Cockroaches are
I mean,
scary alone. Like they're
Cockroaches
already
are
Yeah.
scary
enough.
by themselves, but the ones
I've
in
never
Malaysia are
seen,
huge.
You
like
finish.
unrealistically huge. Like you look at the cockroach and you're like, that's really bad CGI. That is not what it. Like somebody
Yeah,
screwed
no.
up. Someone in special effects has screwed up the size of this cockroach. That's
Well,
It was a
what-
bad science
This
experiment over here.
cockroach has escaped from a radioactive plant, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this cockroach might bite me and I'll get superpowers.
Aren't-
That's
Are
probably where it's coming
cockroaches
from.
able to withstand like nuclear fallout and
Yes,
stuff?
yes.
Yes.
There's
They
speculation that like they will take over the world because the only thing that's going to survive a nuclear
Right, like,
bomb
you come-
is cockroaches and Twinkies.
Get hype,
Okay,
get
I-
hype.
100, like
Twinkie
4,000
revolution.
years in the future, just cockroach people eating Twinkies.
I do have to ask, since we were on the subject of mosquito, some
to
people
talk
know
about
this, some people
cockroaches.
don't. The only the female mosquitoes actually.
Yeah, they only suck your blood
Yeah.
because they need the protein for their eggs.
But what do they do though? What do mosquitoes do?
They breed and lay eggs and suck your blood. That's all
They
they
also,
do.
I mean, technically they
The
they spread
males live off
pollen,
of, like,
maybe.
plant
yeah,
juice or
the
something.
male mosquitoes spread like they help plants grow, but mosquitoes just bite you and then they breed. That's
Fun.
basically it. Actually, fun fact. That when they bite you, that's not the thing that causes the mosquito bite.
the
mosquito
saliva.
bite, is your
Yeah.
allergic reaction to the saliva.
It's supposed to like help cover up the bite, make it not as noticeable.
Right.
But it
That's a
like
fail
completely
and a half.
fails.
It completely fails.
But the
no
way-
one will see this here, and a giant red blemish just pops out.
Well, I think more like it's supposed to make the nerves not trigger as much when they bite you.
Right. Yeah, because you don't notice it until you like look at it, and then suddenly you're like,
It's
"What
like
are you doing
a
on my
liquid
arm?"
suppressor.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the reason I brought up cockroaches though is because earlier this week, it was like late at night. I was working a product showcase, and I turn around and I see a cockroach in the corner, and I'm already scared enough of bugs. Cockroaches scare the crap out of me because they're always
slippery.
there. They're always somewhere there. It scares me. I don't like not knowing where they are because I know they're there. But then they'll scurry around a corner and I lose sight of them, and then I can't sleep. Because what
Yeah.
if I wake up and it's on my face or something?
Okay, I slept
Yeah.
over at my friend's house the other day for his birthday, and we went down to his basement, so we could talk without his parents being disturbed. And my other friend was on his phone, and we were sitting there. We're in that mode. We're trying to get to sleep, and we're just talking. And my friend's brother looks and he said, "Dude, what's in your pocket?" And he looks down, and there's a mouse in his pocket.
Oh,
a mouse
God.
had crept up and snuck into his pocket, and was sitting there. And he kind of jumped just a bit, and the mouse scurried off, and it ran behind the sofa. And we're like, oh.
God, mice are freaks. Have you seen those things like Petco? They've got like giant.
Before we moved, we had a big problem with mice. Ever since we moved, never seen one in the house, but for some reason, I'll go outside during the summer, look in the window well, and there'll be like just a mouse running around because it got stuck down there.
Oh my God, cockroaches! Let me finish my story.
Okay, sorry.
I got sidetracked.
Who are you calling a cockroach?
No, okay.
Oh my gosh. That's so racist.
cockroaches.
Shut up, you cockroach.
Look up.
No, anyway, yeah, it was late at night. I was working a product showcase, and I turned around. There was a cockroach, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to kill you because we cannot exist simultaneously in the same environment.
There's not room in this city for the two of us.
Yeah. So I got
chill.
I got my shoe. I'm walking towards it. It's climbing on the wall, right? I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I'm just gonna splatter it. So I get prepared, and I always have these adventures with cockroaches. Whenever I see them, it's like an epic battle where like I'm just trying my hardest because I'm too scared to like commit to actually killing it. So like I'll prepare to, and I'm just like, no, gross. So it's like an hour-long battle of me trying to kill a
It's
cockroach.
like you trying to meditate, and you're like,
I gotta like
focusing your
mentally
key.
prepare
And if
myself
you
to kill this
stare
cockroach.
at him intensely enough, he'll drop dead.
They'll just spontaneously combust or something.
Yeah, it's like when you put a magnifying glass at like an array of sun, and it like it like burns
But-
it. It's like
So yeah, this cockroach goes up on the wall, and I prepare to strike at it. And as I move, it flies! I've never seen a cockroach fly before! And I'm like, Jesus Christ! And it's like flipping through the air, and I'm like, what is this abomination? And I'm like swinging madly, knocking stuff over, and like, I was like, what is this?
I'm seeing a T-shirt right now, and it's like Calvin and Hobbes.
Well, I have a question.
It's Calvin and Hobbes.
Is this
and
why
Bar is
Kopake
Calvin,
Showcase-
and he's like on the log, and it's a giant cockroach behind him. That's Hobbes.
Is this why Kopake Showcase was delayed?
Okay, that's another story that we'll get into in a second. Because
Was the cockroach wearing a miru?
Yeah, giant.
it wasn't LJ, no.
It isn't ugly.
Well, no, I'm not saying it was Elgin. I mean, we got miru slugs. Why can't we have miru roaches?
mirror slugs.
Miru.
Yeah, no, like,
roaches, yeah.
I've never seen a cockroach fly. I didn't even know they had wings. So when that thing happened, I was like, holy crap! I thought like I had just run into like a demon cockroach or something. Like this was the cockroach from hell. And it is out. This is when I die. I was like having PTSD episodes and stuff.
You die and you go to like.
And then the worst part
tins
is
of
it flies off. It flies off, goes underneath my bed.
Oh,
I like pull my bed over, and it's gone.
Oh no!
I don't know where it went.
Batmaned you. That cockroach Batmaned you.
I don't know where
Can
it
we-
went. It's still here somewhere. I'm terrified to go to bed.
So, can we name this cockroach Beelzebug?
Oh!
Nice.
That is great.
That's incredible.
That's the best. Okay, that's great. No, we're good.
yeah.
I'm glad we were able to like lead up to that. That was good.
I know. That was good.
That payoff.
Okay,
at the
my
end.
my story is better though, because this only happened the other night, and people wouldn't call when I did this. I don't remember who it was, But so I had this really big, ugly fly flying around down here while I was at my computer. And I hate flies. But when I kill a bug, I don't want them to go splat all over the wall.
Oh, yeah,
'cause it
that's
just makes
gross.
a mess. And you're like, bang on the wall, and it was kind of like I didn't want to wake everyone up. So this is what I did. I stand up, I take off my headphones, I literally whip off my shirt, twirl it around in one arm a bit, and whoosh, whip the fly. It goes soaring across the room, lying on the ground, just kind of twitching because it's mostly unconscious right now. And I can just pick it up and get rid of it.
You're better Whiplash than when I was in Iron Man 2.
And then I put the shirt back on.
Okay, sorry.
Shut up, Kahi.
That reminds me of like how I deal with mosquitoes and spiders. That is that I grab my perfume or deodorant and spray it, so it gets poisoned.
You should take a lighter and do that, and then just watch as it just engulfs in flames.
Yeah, because there was a spider in the kitchen when I was making something to eat in the kitchen at 3 at night.
Don't play with fire,
Flour
kids.
soup.
And there was this spider on the sugar, the pot of sugar you have tea, coffee, and sugar, and that's how you make
British
tea and
people,
stuff.
I swear.
Yeah, and there was a spider just sat there, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to go because I am not making a sandwich in front of you. So I grabbed the bug raider and I sprayed him to death.
I like to think the bug was like, hey, Viper.
And his nerves were
make me a
going
sandwich.
absolutely
And you're
crazy,
like,
and he was twitching and stuff. I think he killed himself because he was his arms and legs were basically breaking themselves because the nerves were going crazy.
Yeah, that actually, it reminds me of, because I used to work in a restaurant, no, it doesn't matter what kind of restaurant, but so there was, you'd get wasps in there during the summer every once in a while.
I hate wasps.
So my manager, he'd be like, oh, we got one. So, he goes and he grabs the bug spray and he sprays the thing. And one of my coworkers is like, well, at least, that's not painful. If you were to just swat it. And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure he's in extreme pain right now up until he dies.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you get mosquitoes and stuff, you're just like, yeah, you better suffer. You better suffer.
I will go ahead and finish off that Kopaka story, though, since you mentioned that, and bring this back to BioNICLE a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Aww.
There we go.
We gotta end this TTV talk session of wasp
Yeah, TTV
encounters.
talks about bugs.
Yeah. But no, you are actually partly correct, Meso. That was one of the reasons Kopaka was delayed. There's a lot of reasons why Kopaka was delayed. First of all, yeah, I was flailing around. I knocked over my lamp. One of the lamps for product showcase, and the bulb broke, and that was a big deal because those are LED bulbs, and they were bright white, and I had to special order those. So I was like, darn it. So the next day, I had to wait till the next day. It was kind of late at night.
Is that what you really said,
go
Mark?
over to a place, buy some new bulbs. They're I don't know anything about bulbs. So I drive back home, and they're not the right kind of bulbs. They're orange tinge. I need them to be white. And so that was the thing. I was like, I just wasted my money. So I ordered new bulbs off of Amazon. That took 3 days. So that already delayed it all. And then I did all the work to get Kopaka finished, uploaded it, and the skull spider's the wrong color.
Yep.
And I was like, I just can't do this. It just, and then all my motivation to do Kopaka was just completely drained.
Ouch.
So,
Well, at least it's finally up, and the Protector of Stone is too, but no giveaway, which means you're a terrible person.
okay, I thought it was pretty clear that we weren't giving away the protectors.
I
was a little confused when people asked about that.
I mean, I guess we didn't ever.
I didn't
make it really
initially
clear.
think we were even doing the Protectors. Thought it was just the Toa.
Well, what do you
Why
mean?
wouldn't we?
I was,
No, no.
yeah. Why
Why
wouldn't we?
Product
Way back
showcase
when, in
is
the
gonna
initial
open.
concept for Product Showcase, it was only going to be the Toa.
No, it wasn't.
I
Nope,
distinctly
it was always
remember
supposed to
you
be
going
upsets.
we're not going to do the Protectors. Or
For the
maybe,
gi-
maybe I'm
for the
misconstruing.
giveaway,
Maybe
yeah.
you explicitly said we're not going to be doing Protectors for the giveaway.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that for the giveaway, but I was always going to do the videos. So it was literally a second channel.
Right.
Yep.
They also. The giveaways cost so much for us.
Will you do
Yeah,
one
it
for
did.
loss?
Of course. I'm doing the whole wave
I'm looking
of
forward to that.
I'm
but good
doing
luck.
all
You know-
the current sets. I've said this multiple times.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Especially so like now, there's going to be a lot more episodes now. The summer waves come out finally.
Yeah,
in the
I
US.
finally got that. Actually, I got that this morning.
I know, dude. I'm so
mention
jealous. I'm supposed to get mine today as well. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
I'm
my
supposed
Toys
to
R Us
get
order
mine
came
on the
through.
4th of August because I got free shipping.
I don't
I don't know why you did
understand
that.
why
Yeah.
you did that. Why can't you read?
It's okay.
It said
Go
$5
play.
extra. You get it in like 2 to 5 days, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you were just like our fans. You don't know how to read, Meso. Come on.
Lol.
There was like the
okay.
explicit
Wow.
2-day shipping for $19,
That's an insult
and
to
I was
the
like,
fans.
okay, that's a little.
It's okay.
$19
I've got a
not much.
plan. But in the meantime, what do you think?
What do I think of the sets?
Yes.
They're great. I will say that while I did get my my Toys R Us order this morning, I did actually check my Target just to see. The entire wave is at my Target.
Same
All in the
here.
aisles ready to buy. So, I mean, I do live in North Carolina, and I checked the Target inventory checker, and it looks like practically all the Targets in North Carolina, at least from what I could see, had some of the sets, if not all of them.
Yeah.
So if you're living in the East Coast, you should be getting pretty lucky. So they're out a week ahead. But as far as the sets themselves go, I really, really like them all. I feel like pictures do not do them justice.
No, they
Because
don't.
like they looked really, really ugly on pictures, but in person, I think I like them quite a lot. Actually, maybe it's just the fact that we've seen them for so long. Like we've just seen their designs that I've just gotten used to
You're
it.
becoming complacent.
Yeah, I'm becoming complacent with the designs, and I just like they're just not that annoying to me anymore. But with them in hand, I definitely like them a lot more. And I really like how colorful they are too. I feel like that's something that this new generation of Bionicle has done really well, and it's something I feel was really lacking from Gen 1. Was the colors were very bland in Gen 1, so I'm
Yeah.
glad that we're
Right.
getting nice, cool color schemes.
I have a
Because
couple
those-
hard-hitting questions, but first
Sure.
I'll let Viper talk.
Because yeah, there was a period where there was just like there was one color with like a couple other like colors that were similar, and then there was like the ignition stage where it was like literally steel, dark,
Yeah, Lego had
Dark
some kind of
gray
weird fetish with
with
gray and
everything.
silver.
Dark
And
gray.
they still do. There's a lot of dark gray in these
Yeah.
sets, but at least they kind of balance that with transparent, like bright pieces.
Yeah. My questions are the things that I want to know, and hopefully others want to know. Who is your favorite? Who is your least favorite? And finally, what do you think of Ikimu in comparison to the Protector of Fire, who you famously hated the leg design of?
My favorite is Warrior. That hasn't changed. I was pretty vocal about how much I liked Warrior before.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one to me where the color scheme, other than Grinder, he's the only one where the color scheme makes sense. The bright orange works with the trans blue. The only thing I don't like is I don't understand why there's the white bullet pellet thing.
It's ice. It's an ice shooter.
It's stupid. That's what it is. But that's the only gripe I have. I really like the way he looks. He comes with 2 weapons, which is awesome, and the crossbow, it looks really cool, or the bow and arrow looks really cool. So I think it looks cool. Least favorite is ironically Skull Grinder.
Doesn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah, I can see that too. After getting the set, he's probably like I've actually drawn my attention more to Akimu than him. Poor
Yeah.
Skull Grinder.
Is it
He's
because of
pretty
the
good.
chest, or is it because of his genericness?
It's just
No,
like
it's-
he's really
it's n-
difficult to pose. I don't know, like maybe it's just me. Like I find
Well,
him really hard to pose.
I think I know why, and that's why I dislike him. But no, it is actually not his chest. I have no problem with the chest at all. I don't really notice it that much. There definitely is a big gap there.
Yeah.
But I've never really had an issue with gappiness. That's never been a problem for me. So it's not really a problem for me here either. But his proportions are really wonky. He's got like this super long torso that's like double the size of a normal torso, and then like these really stubby legs.
Yeah, that's what made it.
And
Because I
that-
struggle to put him
Yeah.
upright because he falls over.
And
It's like-
yeah, there's a lot of issues with that. First of all, it makes his proportions look really, really weird. Like compared to Tahu, whose proportions are pretty normal for like a humanoid looking figure. Grinder's legs are really weirdly stubby, and it makes his torso look super, super long, and his legs really short. His arms are kind of stubby too, in comparison.
Yeah, and
'cause-
then he's got a giant staff in his hand.
Yes. And because of the proportions, his balance isn't all that great either. And it's not helped by the fact that he's got, like, as Viper pointed out, a really, really giant weapon that weighs him down. Which, by the way, the weapon completely ruins the extra gear friction they added. There's no friction on this set. Posing his arms is pretty impossible to do. The staff is just so heavy. It's worse than Golly by far.
Yeah.
Somebody skipped arm day.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have any muscles, so.
And also leg
he's
day,
a
by
skeleton.
the looks of it.
But yeah, and then, like, just posing him in anything, he kind of starts to fall backwards. His balance just is not good at all because of his stubbiness. And then, yeah, I guess, like, the gap in his chest is an issue, but like I said, it doesn't really bother me. Other than that, no, he's an okay set, but he just doesn't really bring anything unique to the table. He's kind of just...
That is true, I guess. Like, say what you will about
yeah.
the other four, but they all have a unique thing to them that make them stand out from the crowd. His main thing is that he's big, and
he's like standard.
He has a color scheme that doesn't look obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I guess he has those wheels or whatever they are on his shoulders, but other than that, he has nothing.
But the wheels on the shoulders don't even look that great, though. It adds this weird clashing aesthetic where it's got, like, this roundedness compared to all, like, the really sharp angled edges that doesn't really flow together all that greatly. And I also don't really know why they gave him a silver mask. I don't know why they wouldn't just give it a dark gray one like they gave for a warrior. But yeah, no. So it's just he's an oddity. I don't really like him. I don't care for him that much.
Settle well, I guess not settle because it's all opinions. It's not like we're proving something right. But I want to know. First of all, the legs on Kimu, do they bother you as much?
I don't know why, but no, they do not bother me as much. I still don't like them. I think they're really dumb. Still, I think it makes his knees look really, really. I can't vocalize how awful I think the proportions
they're my
of the
favorite
legs
design.
I don't understand how it could be your favorite. I can understand how you might not dislike it, but your favorite, really?
Like, all the others are kind of stupid if you put them to the side. Their legs look too skinny, and if you're like Protector of Stone, then you can't put your legs straight.
I don't agree at all. At all. With that said, I don't mind it as much on Akimu. I think it's because the shoulder pads really kind of add a lot of bulk to them that I think sort of balances it out. It kind of draws my attention away from it.
Yeah.
And I think also the colors help sort of make it look a little better too. Because it's a bit more visually pleasing, and there's a lot of things that distract me from that glaring flaw.
I love how he has a almost complete trans blue skeleton. Aside from the torso.
It is pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like a ghost, kind of.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his weapons are cool. And I also just skipped the Protector mask entirely. I just stuck the Mask of Creation on him.
Wow.
Of course.
Well, I have one more question, and that is, which is better, Skull Slicer or Skull Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually funny. Slicer's hilarious because he's got this thing where both of his bottom arms move, like, together at once, whereas the top ones kind of go alternate rotation. But the thing about it is that his gear function, when it does that, it kind of makes him look like he's, like, air humping.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
people will be lost about where that's from if they haven't seen the character video.
Yeah, by the way, character video came out. We made a news article. We didn't make a news video, though, so.
There was no story, just action fluff. But yes,
Yeah.
Pro tip for Viper reference.
But yeah, it's just, he's kind of a silly character. With that said, I think he definitely conveys the skeleton aesthetic the best out of all of them.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's not necessarily a good thing. I don't like the skeleton aesthetic. So it's like a double-edged sword.
It's
like he's the
thing
best
with
skeleton,
Skull
but not
Slicer
the best
is like
set.
they have those bone pieces to convey the skeleton aesthetic, and as far as I'm concerned, if they were going to not put armor on a limb, they should give them the bone piece and not a limb that you put armor on.
Yeah.
So if you just had armor on those green pieces, he'd be fine. But that's minor.
Yeah, and I agree, because it works for Warrior and that one arm where it's only bone, because he's got two actual bone pieces and not like the ball joint piece.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think Skull
That's
Slicer is
refreshing.
definitely the most generic, but the most boring at the same time. Like, I like the forearm thing, but it's not enough to save him. I do really love that trans green, though. Oh, man, it looks nice.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
No arguments here.
But, you know, and then Scorpio, like, he can't move his legs, but I think he looks cooler than Slicer. Like, Slicer's just the definition of generic.
You know,
technically, Grinder's the definition.
Technically, I mean, Grinder's my least favorite, so yes, he is the definition of generic, but Slicer's also very, very generic. At least Scorpio...
They also gave him the mask.
Yeah, he didn't even give him a good mask.
The mask,
Right.
it still bothers me. It's been months and it still...
Yeah, at least Scorpio tries to do something unique, and for that, I rank him above Grinder in Slicer.
Scorpio can go be Loss's friend and join him in the pile of sets that nobody wants.
Yeah, honestly, I really like Scorpio's silhouette. Like, I like looking at him from a distance. He just looks kind of cool.
Even the tail.
I don't understand what's that bad about the tail, to be honest.
It's a giant pair of pliers.
I guess,
That
but
tail.
I don't mind it at all. I think it looks cool. So, like, the thing, it really depends on what you're getting the sets for. Because I don't play with my sets. I get them to look at them.
I sometimes play with my sets. Like,
I get
pose
them
them,
to
but-
stand up on a bookshelf and then disassemble them in 2 months' time and never mock. I just have the parts there.
Yeah, see, I don't disassemble them either. But see, I build them once and then I display them.
I still
And
have
so
all the 2015
pretty much.
winter sets I built.
all the sets I have to do to make me like them is just look cool. So I think Scorpio looks really, really cool. I don't mind that he can't move his legs. I don't really mind that he can't do much with the tail. It's just, I think it's fine. It looks okay.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Well,
Oh, Basher's really cool. I really like
oh
the
yeah,
function.
we completely forgot about Basher.
do his arms flop?
Oh yeah, they definitely flop. But I mean, I don't think it's, like I said, I don't play with my sets, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. I display them. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
but I think the function is really, really, really cool. It's very
And-
creative.
Hashtag Dragon Bolt's Revengeance. Back
Dragon
from the
Ball
dead.
Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone should play. Someone should make a fighting thing with all the new sets. I would love to do that, but I don't have a camera to do stop
Fighting
motion on.
thing. Oh, I thought you
stop
meant like a
motion?
fighting game.
No, that would be cool as well. But I'd need more stuff than just a camera if I was going to do that.
Correct.
But yeah,
You can find some decent stop motion animators that use like the BioNicle and Hero Factory and CCBS stuff on YouTube.
Nice. Yeah.
I think one of them's Counter 656.
We should do what everybody else does on YouTube. We should break into the stop motion crowd, and we should abandon all of our other series and do nothing but stop motion all day, every day.
it better be
I
really
used to
good
use that
stop
one.
motion, otherwise no one will beat
We
an
should
eye
do
at
like
us.
cinematic quality
Yeah.
stop motion. Like
Yeah,
we should
like
do
what's
like
that one
We should do
called,
cinematic stop motion with like lens flare and slow motion effects.
yeah, I don't
there's
have
one
lens
called,
flare and like all these special effects. We'll use.
I actually,
I know
experimented
one.
with something similar to that for Product Showcase. I was gonna do like a brief stop motion. You know that section in the Protector of Stone Product Showcase where it's only images?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna do like a stop motion for that, but I'm not good enough at stop motion to really convey it properly. I think I would need some more practice with it, and it takes so much time.
it takes so much time.
It's very time consuming. And also, the one cinematic stop motion I can think of is that one called Kick and Arlo.
I've seen that one. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
That's
that
really
one
good.
is cinematic.
I will
Good
say though,
stuff.
I feel like that's one of the things we should save for if we ever get to the point where we can like work
Have
together
a
in real life.
studio. Or
Not even just have a studio. Just like if we decide, hey, let's take a 2-week vacation and like
Make
rent
stop
a house
motion.
somewhere.
We can be
It's
be like
way
Aardman.
better. It would be way better to do in like real life with everybody there, so that everybody can contribute to setting up the cameras and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, we could be like Aardman guys and make
Oh,
Wallace
dude,
and
it's here.
Gromit
My
with
sets are here.
BioNicle.
My set-
What, are you gonna leave to go get her?
Yeah, go ahead and let him. It's
Okay.
fine. Ben did it last episode.
Yeah, it's not a trend I want to keep. But okay,
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
We
how
can-
many times are we really gonna get packages in the middle of an episode?
Yeah.
Never.
So
Next
well,
year. When the winter
Yes.
sets come.
I don't like stop motion.
I'm not big on it either.
If it's
I
That
done
was
am
when I
right,
was making
then
my
I like it.
my kind of joking reference. Like,
Yeah.
let's be like all the other YouTubers.
I mentioned this on there's a topic on the message boards actually. It's like what are your favorite biotubers? And I mentioned that I just like I'm not a fan of stop motions. Like I feel like there's too much stop motion to the point where
There is.
enjoying and really appreciating the good stop motion is kind of deflated by all the bad you have to
There
sift
totally
through
is.
to get to it.
The BioTube community, as people like to refer to it, is really just stop motion.
Yeah, stop motion.
Community. Before we came along, there was no other varied content, and there still is not that much besides
Yeah.
set reviews and stop motion.
Some people talked about news, but we were one of the first really big podcasts to be on YouTube, focused on BioNICLE, and we also did everybody did reviews. But we did game theory-esque content. I don't really know how else to describe it. Well, with autopsy.
I would say we're really we're one of the few channels that actually focuses not on just the sets themselves.
Right,
Yes.
but on
We go
story.
more on media,
deeper
and
into the
story and
actual
extended
lore.
things.
Yeah. And
Because
all the
with
behind-the-scenes
Hero
stuff.
Factory for like 4 or 3 years, the sets would come out and we'd never mention them. We'd just be like, "Oh, hey, the sets are out. That's cool."
That is actually interesting. You point that out because you were absolutely right. The sets did not matter to us at all.
No, I'd get them and they're cool and I'd talk about them with you guys off the podcast, but what are you gonna say in a podcast atmosphere?
Right.
I got a set, it's cool, I like this and this and this. It's more interesting when we discuss other things because we go back and forth and have interesting dialogue.
It's speaking of getting sets, it's right here.
I'm very happy for you.
I'm very happy for you, Kahi. It took me exactly 2 hours to build the entire wave.
Well, I didn't get the entire wave. I got Skull Grinder and I got Skull Basher, and I got one other extra set that
Oh yeah.
the extra set.
We won't go into details about
we'll
what that
go
extra
into
set
detail.
is just yet.
I might make a video. No, I am gonna. I'm gonna make a video about it and put it up. In the
Oh
channel.
yeah. Oh, I remember. Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate the variety that we have. And not to bash on stop motion, but I'm.
No, stop.
Basher.
Like I mentioned earlier, stop motion is a very hard thing to do.
It
takes a lot of time and
lot of skill,
dedication and a lot of skill. But with that said, it's just there's too much of it.
It's like
reminds
doing
me of comics.
It's like doing
BioNICLE
Let's
Sprite
Plays.
comics.
Oh yeah,
Let's
that
Plays
is
too.
a good
Okay.
comparison for Sprite comics.
Or Let's Plays, yeah. Like
I was just saying,
Let's Plays
it's like trying to come onto the YouTube scene and make a name for yourself in the department of Let's Plays. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
trying to start up a channel that does something that everyone else.
Yeah,
already
there's something
does.
that's not niche. I think that's the only reason.
Like
that
we had
able
a
to get
topic
so
on the
popular
message
is
boards a
that-
few days ago asking should TTV have a gaming channel, and I was like, we have one.
Yeah, that is such a bad idea. Though.
It's defunct, but we do have one.
Not that I wouldn't love having a gaming channel.
I would love it.
I could
I would
definitely
love to
see
do
the merit to a gaming channel that focuses solely on like Lego games or something.
Right.
Because that is our niche. Like we are like a Lego channel group. But a general gaming channel would flop tremendously. Even no matter how like entertaining or popular we were, it's not going to be able to make any kind of impression on YouTube as a whole because there's already all these other gaming channels out there that everyone already watches. Like, why would you go looking for someone new to play a video game when you already have someone you like?
Well, I
Cool
would say
person who
what
was
we
there
could do.
before it was cool.
No,
We could do like
that's
a
not to say
Twitch
we don't.
streams and stuff, and then work off that, and then make a
See-
YouTube channel of that.
Yeah, live streams would be a different kind
Twitch,
of thing. Like,
Twitch is it's a different beast, and that would be the way if we were ever going to start a gaming channel. That's how we do it.
no
And do the
other
same thing with
video,
some
no
Lego
video game
videos.
content of ours aside from Lego games will ever get massive views. But
Right, yeah.
to like address the person that asked that question, it's not something we're necessarily opposed to doing. Let's
Yeah.
plays are fun.
Yeah,
for like an
I will
occasional,
do
an
some
occasional
eventually.
one-off thing that some people may enjoy. It's just not the kind of thing we want to sink time into when we could be
Yeah.
working on other things.
It's too much time and effort to sink into something that's not going to bring in any return, especially for us
Right.
as like adults and college kids. We have to actually focus our time on something that can, keep us living.
If
Keep us
there
alive.
is enough of you guys out there that we knew we could do a video game channel and it would actually be successful, we'd totally do it. It's not that we don't like doing it, just that it wouldn't go anywhere. Lego's the
Exactly,
only
but
thing
there
that-
are occasional things
Right.
we may do for fun, like we did VAR plays Five Nights at Freddy's, and
Freddy's.
that actually
Yeah,
did pretty well.
Five Nights at Freddy's 4 came out. That looks pretty horrific. So maybe
Yeah, that looks
one-off
pretty
videos.
scary.
I guess, yeah,
actually.
sure.
Whatever.
Like at first,
Like
when I
someone
watched
wanted
the
us to
trailer-
do a 4-player Halo 5 campaign co-op run through.
See, that's the thing. Like we could do
Another person mentioned Dota.
We could do one video, but we can't do. We wouldn't be able to do a full series on that.
Exactly.
We'd be able to
it's tough enough getting consistent viewership for like our BioNICLE Let's Plays.
Right.
We can't do like Halo.
The one thing that I feel that we will do as a multiplayer experience definitely is LEGO Worlds. When LEGO Worlds goes multiplayer,
I
then
can't
yes,
wait to
you
get
will.
That would be a
definitely
regular
see-
series for sure.
Yeah, it's already a regular series from us. You will definitely see us do a multiplayer version of LEGO Worlds when that comes out, because they've announced that they will be adding multiplayer compatibility.
When will that
into the
come
game.
out?
3
Who,
years.
Don't
who
know
knows,
yet.
Viper?
It'll come out right when Minecraft 2 comes out, which will totally happen.
Oh yeah, and then of course we'll do BioCraft too.
Yes. BioCraft. Yes, that's great. We should do BioCraft 2.
I see we've learned from like the Microsoft school of naming things, huh?
I know.
That would be the joke.
We'll just skip one.
The
It's like
sequel
they
you
skip
never
9.
wanted.
We'll just skip one.
It's like they're asking
The
questions.
sequel to the most popular requested movie of all time.
They're like
most
asking
requested.
questions, and they're
Every
like,
day
so
we get
what?
questions. When's BioCraft coming out? So we decided to make a sequel.
So there's an interviewer going like, what if the person doesn't have the internet? And it's like, what if you're on a submarine or something? Well,
Oh, yeah.
there's
when
a
do you-
game and it's called Minecraft 1.
So when do you think BioCraft 2 is going to come out? Oh, I don't, we're thinking we'll extend the production time, since it's the second movie, double the production time of the first,
We'll spend
Yes.
8 years on this.
Yes.
and then we'll cancel it.
It will be the best not machinima you've ever seen. Oh, man. I was going to say
For-
something I forget.
Rest in peace, BioCraft.
Oh, yeah, the No over on Rooster Teeth broke news that Half-Life 3 is not in full development, according to them.
It's
That was
not.
the thing.
in
It's
full-
not. Back in 2009, it had a pretty regular crew of about 100 people that were actually working on it, and according to them, it's now down to a skeleton crew of
And guess
10 people.
why that is.
Because they siphoned people away from the project. And the reason was twofold. Number one, because they have no financial reason to make Half-Life 3 because they're already doing so well with Steam and their microtransactions for
Dota
games like
2
Dota and stuff.
TF2.
And the second reason, if you can believe it, was because of Mass Effect 3. Because they realized that if Half-Life 3 wasn't the perfect game, it would
Right.
get so much internet backlash like ME3 did for the ending, it's not even worth it to take the risk.
That is what happens when something is just that,
Bad.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of their own fault for waiting this long.
Right,
also true.
I mean,
yeah.
would they really wait? When did they ever promise that Half-Life 3 was ever going to happen?
Okay, so they never promised Half-Life 3. Really,
But
it's
they
just
did
easier
do
to
the
say Half-Life
episodic
3
content.
than Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Right.
Because what originally was going to happen is they made Half-Life 2 and they're like, okay, so instead of spending forever on a game like we did with Half-Life 2, you have to wait so long, we're going to basically split Half-Life 3 up into Half-Life 2 Episodes 1, 2, and 3 so that they're shorter and we can release them more regularly. But that didn't happen. The individual episodes were definitely shorter than Half-Life 2, but they were still taking several years to come out. They were supposed to come out within 2, maybe 3 years tops, all combined. But it was taking that amount of time for one game, and then they just never did Episode 3. So at this point, pretty much, people are pretty much just referring to Half-Life 2 Episode 3 as Half-Life 3.
I see.
Because to call it Episode 3 at this point would just be kind of stupid anyway. You've waited this long, it's
You might as well just do a full game.
It's just going to be a sequel. It's got to be just a sequel at this point.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
you.
no, when a game is that.
But yeah, they were all. I want to say they were all supposed to be done by late 2007 or something.
Yeah.
Or is that when they started?
That was the date.
Yeah,
man.
that was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
That's a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Rumors have been circulating around that game for a while. I think that they'll take their own sweet time with it. They already take their own sweet time with everything, But
Well, yeah.
anyhow,
Well-
man, that was a quick segue from BioNICLE.
I was like, we finally got back on the BioNICLE train and then right back off again.
How
Awesome.
did we?
I think
don't
Meso
even know how we
just
got
literally
here.
just brought it up. He was like, "Hey, you guys gonna have?" The no said that Half-Life 3 isn't in development anymore.
That
Oh, it's
is
because
what
we were
happened.
talking- It's because BioCraft,
Oh,
which came from the gaming, which came from
Right,
doing the
right,
other stuff,
right.
other than just this focusing on the sets. I like backtracking.
Meso, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a question. When can we start expecting the leaks? When is leak season going to happen? Now that I've got the sets, I'm now ready to move on.
Well, technically,
that's fans for you.
All right.
Technically, we're already in leak season. Last year was an irregularity, but as it stands, what traditionally happens is we get set names leaked in around, I'd say, August. That's pretty fair. And then we get set pictures usually in September. That's pretty much how it works without fail every year. Although LEGO has really gotten better with controlling the spread of leaks. Last year only happened because it was through unorthodox sources. We usually find pictures on obscure shop sites. There was only one site last year that ever even posted prelim Bionicle pictures, ever, and that wasn't even a site that you could, like, get through Google searches. I only had it, and I only found it because it was on my bookmarks from 2011, and I decided to comb through out of curiosity.
Yeah, we gotta be
So,
on Leak Patrol. 100%.
It's a definite possibility we may not get pictures at all, but if we do, it'll be in September.
Or later.
Or later.
Alright, so we got several podcasts where we just talk about nothing, basically. Oh, I guess the book.
Basically.
The book
Story!
We know, yeah. We've got a lot of story content we can talk about,
Well, I
so that'll be
mean,
something.
all that's left to talk about the book.
I'm sure there's plenty to talk about. Let's see, we've got...
I haven't even looked at it yet.
Yeah,
so.
like, when does the book come out? The 31st?
August 25th, I think.
25th, okay. So, yeah, we've got exactly 1 month from now.
I do want to say, I don't want to reopen the whole can of worms from last episode, but like,
Boy, here we go.
no, trust me, I'm not going to say anything
God.
controversial. I just want to stress the point that I feel kind of got lost was last episode was that I am very happy with the books. I'm not like sitting over here fuming, going, we didn't get this specific thing, so I'm mad. I really like what I did read, and it looks like it's going to be a good book.
Your debate.
That's all it's going to be. That's all I was going to
message
say.
boards.
Yeah, we had like a sequel debate on the message board.
Okay, yeah. If anyone's
pretty
wondering what we continue to discuss, we did continue this the argument on the message boards. So there's a topic in the Bionicle category titled TTV episode 153 discussion. You can search it too if you're curious.
It's actually on the. I've been updating the front page with weekly message board highlights, and it's actually
Look
on
at
there
that.
right now.
Yeah, you were good about that. You should. Yeah, good job.
I've been
Nice.
I've been trying to do them on Wednesday, but the past couple of weeks it was on like Wednesday.
All we need now is to
We need to get
update
better at
the
routine
breaking
updates,
news ticker. Up
We need
top.
what we
Yeah,
got
we need to
actually-
change the banner.
We need to fix our continued discussion in our articles. We need. to make
We
sure
do,
that
yeah.
gets done.
But yeah, no. So like we did continue that debate. There's a lot of points that were brought up in that. So
Very
a lot of
interesting stuff
Yeah.
about how like the Protectors culture probably revolves entirely around attack because they have like artwork of the skull spiders. Interesting
I mean, yeah,
revelation.
basically, yeah.
It was actually just a debate on the definition of culture. That's what it was.
That was basically what it
That's
was.
what it boiled down to.
yeah.
It was like
What it
Meso
boiled
was
down
like,
to
it
is
means this,
Meso
and
doesn't
I was
understand what culture actually is.
Listen.
You don't understand what culture is.
Listen.
Oh, he's
That's
pulling
what it
the meat
boiled
here.
down to.
Meso's pulling the meat. All right,
Culture is not. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do it.
just
not
read it.
gonna
Just
take
read
You
it.
you
Yeah,
were
good.
wrong. You tried to redefine the word of culture.
I wanted to make a point about how I'm positive. I made the point. I'm done. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the book. It's gonna be good stuff.
It will be, but let's just all remember the Meso was wrong. That's how this
In
debate
memoriam.
ended. Yeah, in memoriam, Var was right, Meso was wrong. End of discussion. That was the last word on it.
That's
So.
that's what we should write on our company tombstone if we ever go like defunct. but I was right. Meso was wrong. 2015.
I mean, technically, that has numerous applications, like how I didn't want to rebrand us as TTV.
how you didn't want us to go to
I wanted to
YouTube.
keep-
how you
I
didn't want
was-
us to
Yeah,
have
you
forum.
were the one that is. You were always against ideas that ended up working for us in the end.
Weren't you also
Someone's-
against Vessel initially?
Yeah,
no.
he was the
I
one
was
against
against
us.
Vessel before we had the podcast thing. That was like the deal breaker for me. But when we got that worked out, I was like, okay, there's no reason not to
Yeah,
do
you're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, that was a great idea, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
I think
credit
it worked
where
out well
credit
for
is
everybody
due.
involved. So, can I tell my story? Is that okay? Do we have time?
What time?
I mean, we have like 10 minutes or so, yeah.
That's not long enough for Kahi.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not gonna be long enough, but you can try.
All right,
Make
I'll
it
try.
3
I'll try.
minutes.
And I'll
Go.
cut it off. I'll cut it off like at the if it gets
As
too
you
long.
said, coming
we'll just
along.
continue on. After show, man. All right, so I want to explain, because this is a story for me, how I wasn't at Makuta Fest. I was not at Makuta Fest this year. I really wanted to be, wasn't able to make it. And I wasn't able to make it because I went on the worst camping trip ever of all time.
Oh boy.
Here we go, the worst camping trip.
Okay, so here's the thing. Me and my friends, we decided we're going to go camping. The idea is, here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave Thursday, get there Friday. We're going to go in a place in Missouri that has a river. It's just a giant river. It's called Current River, and you can tube down there. And we're going to tube. There's 19 of this. There's 17 kids, and there's 2 adults. And we said we're going to go there. Thursday we get there, we camp. And Friday we tube, and then Saturday we come home. And I was supposed to be, home in time for Makuta Fest.
Question. What is tubing? Clarify.
What?
What? Tubing?
I've never even gone tubing. I know what tubing is.
Meso's never gone outside of his house.
Okay,
Yes,
alright,
you
Meso.
need to realize this.
You know
I
what
don't know
an
what
inner tube
sunlight
is,
looks
right?
like. What?
You know what an inner tube is?
Yes.
Okay. So, imagine it's that, but it's made out of,
Meso, you've
thicker
watched
rubber.
Kids Next Door. There was an entire episode dedicated to just tubing.
I watched it like 10 years ago. Come on.
Okay, alright.
You should know what the term is.
Maybe someone in our audience doesn't know. Tubing is where you just have a giant inner tube and you go down a river, usually, and you just start in the river and you sit in the tube and you swim or, float down all the way, and you have, food and stuff, and, and it's just a, it's a fun time going down the river. We were supposed to canoe, and then that was too expensive, so we decided to tube instead. So, that was
May
our
I
plan.
interject something quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to throw this out from one time I went camping and we had a canoe trip. I was with my cousin and some other guy we didn't really know. Everyone else in our group was either so far ahead we couldn't catch up, or so far behind because they were all goofing off. So we had no one to tell us which way we were supposed to go down this river. So we were just kind of making educated guesses. Found out at one point if we'd gone down the wrong fork, we would have gone over a waterfall.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
That's a great
Quick,
story.
paddle back. It's like one of those scenes.
Yeah, I know.
But this guy we didn't know that we were with actually admitted that he's somewhat psychotic or something, and said he's like, one time I tried to murder someone with a pair of scissors, and we're like, okay.
Okay, love
Anyway,
it.
continue your story.
Anyhow, yeah, alright, so we get there Thursday, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just set up camp, and tomorrow we're going tubing. So we set up camp, we put all the stuff. We have one girl's tent and 2 guys' tents. Go to sleep. At about 2:30 in the morning, it starts raining a bit. It's drizzling, and we're like, oh, that's, we're like, wow, we're joking, at least let's get right here in the tent, right? And it stops, and we're like, okay, good. Then it starts again. It gets harder, and it rains all night long, up until 7 in the morning. Now, it's not just raining and the sound of water hitting the tent. It's a little annoying. The water seeps in through the tent, through the tent seams on the bottom. So what happens is that everybody wakes up and we're all soaked. Sleeping bags are
Oh,
soaked.
you must have been freezing.
Our clothes are soaked, and it's and one of my friends in the other tent, it got so bad they got up and they set up another tent inside of the tent. They went up another, in the middle of the night, they set up another tent so they could sit in there. And in the girls' tent, of course, they had an air mattress. It was great because I had 2 friends, one who loves camping, one who has never been camping before. The girl who has been camping for quite a while, she slept the entire night because her half of the mattress was completely dry. The girl who had never been camping before woke up, was completely soaked, and she got up and she went to her car, and she was like, I'm done with this. I'm sitting here for the rest of the night. And we're like, she's never gonna do this again. It's never gonna be it.
Get wrecked.
So we get up in the morning, and we're like, everybody's got maybe 4 hours of sleep, and we're like, oh my, all right, well, hey, let's go TV. Maybe we'll cut off a little early and we'll go to bed. And the park ranger come by and he's like, so hey guys, so I have some bad news. So much rain, the river's so fast, you can't go on it. We're not letting anybody go on it. You can't go tubing. And we're like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? And we're like, well, we're like, okay, so I guess we're just gonna have to like camp here and just go home tonight because we have nothing to do. And the guy's like, yeah, about that, there's actually a flood coming, so you guys have to pack up right now.
Wow.
There's a flash flood coming, a wall of water that's coming down towards the campsite, and we
Did
have
you guys
to pack
not
up.
like check the weather?
We did.
Before-
There was a 30% chance of rain, and it was only supposed to go from like a half an hour. That's what the weather said.
The best laid plan.
I just imagine this guy, like, all of you are standing there, and then all of a sudden, like, he tells you this, and then you, like, look at each other, and you're like, grab the tent! Come on, go!
We get all of this. By the way, I've been filming, not everything, but I've been filming quite a lot of it. I didn't film anything at night because of, everything was so wet, and I was hoping my phone wouldn't get wet. But I've been filming, this entire thing going down. So what happens later on is that at the last second, we're just about to go home. Last second, one of my family friend comes by. He lives in the area. We contacted him asking where's the best place to camp. He comes by and he's like, hey, so we're having a thing at my place. I have a farm. And we're having this giant cookout tonight, and you guys are welcome to come. And we're like, okay, hey, that won't be too bad. So he has a giant corn farm. We go there, and it's like, you ever seen Smallville? That's where it's like.
No.
Oh, okay. Smallville, it's just like the Kent farm. There's like a giant barn with a loft and everything. So we have a great time.
It's like a stereotypical farm.
Yeah,
Just think of
farm.
farms.
Why don't you just ask if I've ever been to a farm before? I've been to farms plenty of
Fine,
times.
yeah, it's a stereotypical farm. It's like, but it's great. So we go there, we play like wiffle ball, we eat a huge amount of corn and like jalapeno poppers, and we all sleep in the loft. Ooh. And that next day, it's still too flooded, so we can't actually go tubing. So we in order to like the quote unquote pay for our last nights, we spent the entire morning picking corn. And then we went to Lambert's, and but the trip, like Lambert's also took a long time, so I was not able to make it for Makuta Fest because of that whole ordeal. And we had to like dry out our stuff, and we had to get all that stuff done. So, long story short, really, really bad camping trip, but it ended up not
Moral
being as
of the
terrible.
Story: never skip Makuta Fest.
Right, that's it.
Moral of the story: nature sucks. We should just burn down all the trees.
Yeah,
That's
That
exactly.
was
We're not
not
trees
many
and the
things.
roaches.
Trees are one of my favorite things.
We're just gonna suffocate ourselves if we do that.
Viper, shut up. Trees are the devil.
Go on, go cut
Actually,
down all those
95%
trees.
of our
I'd
air is
love to
provided
watch
by
you
algae.
choke on carbon
Not trees.
dioxide.
Fun fact.
Yeah, me too.
Algae is what provides our air.
Carbon dioxide.
Is Makuta Fest up on Vessel yet?
Why do you keep doing this?
Sounds like you're having a baby, Takuma.
Wow. All right.
Whoa, okay. Is
So on
Makuta
that-
Fest
that'd
up on Vessel yet? Because I have not.
Oh,
I
no!
wasn't there for it. I haven't seen it or
So
heard
on
it.
that note, I think we're going to end this episode of the TTV
You're
Podcast.
just ignoring my question. I'm trying to plug.
Yes,
Vessel
I am.
here, guys.
Thank you all very much for listening.
What's the question, Kahi?
I'm saying, is it up on Vessel? Is Makuta Fest up on Vessel or?
Yeah,
It's
Makuta
up
Fest
on
is up on
Vessel,
Vessel,
yes.
yeah.
We'll be
Okay,
going up
so-
on YouTube in about a day or so.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
it's going on YouTube tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
All right.
But so by now it'll be already up. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all very much for listening to episode 154 of the TTV Podcast. It's been pretty great. Fun times were had. Hopefully, by the time this goes up on YouTube, even Vessel, everybody can share in the BioNICLE Set enjoyment.
Yeah, they're coming
Okay.
up pretty fast.
I'm gonna
By this
open them
time-
during the after show, which is coming up.
You haven't even opened them yet?
Dude, I literally got the box during the episode.
Yeah, what are you
Yeah, I
talking
know. I
about?
think
So?
you'd build them on the podcast. Oh well.
You can do that in the after show.
I want to do
Yeah,
that.
Thank
so-
you very much for
professionality.
listening.
If you are a paid subscriber for early access on Vessel, stay tuned for the TTV Podcast after show,
As well as all our other content.
as well as all our content that is also free that you can do or you can access early if you are a paid subscriber. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to get a
Yup.
shirt too. Shirt's
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
Shirts are
Store it at
cool.
TTVpodcast.com.
I'll upload all my camping
TTV.
videos.
Oh, another
Put in
thing we
the
need to
description.
plug but that we don't ever plug. If you are an iTunes listener, try to rate and review the podcast on iTunes. It'll help us get
Yeah.
sponsors. Because I don't really know how big the audience for iTunes is, which is why oftentimes the feed isn't really like a main priority to update because it seems like there's only like 2 people that actually watch us on iTunes. I'm not really sure how many there are. So like if you guys are out there, try to rate and review us.
I do know that like they said 95 or a good percentage of audio listeners for podcasts are on iTunes. That's where they get it from. That's the whole market for audio podcasts.
Yeah.
So if you guys do use that, definitely let us know so we can keep that up.
Yeah, because I know like we're pretty bad at updating the feed, so I'm just
We're gonna prioritize where we feel we're needed.
Yeah, we're gonna prioritize because like Meso, I want to teach you how to update the feed, so it's not me. Because the issue is I never know when the episodes are actually going to go live, so I never know when to actually update the feed.
Fine by me.
So yeah, it'd be better because you're the one that actually uploads the episodes and makes them live. So it'd be better if you did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, that'll be something. So make sure to rate and review us on iTunes so we can make sure we gauge how big the audience is out there. That'll help the show out, help us get sponsors, all the things that can help us keep making lovely videos for all you lovely, beautiful people.
Yup, and we shall continue to do so.
And the ugly ones too.
Yup.
Yeah,
The ugly ones are also
So,
beautiful.
Thank you very much for listening to episode 154 of the TTV Podcast. We will see you all next week for another exciting episode. I'm Messina.
I'm Rodrin.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.